You're going to put this ribbon cable back into here. So if you just lay it over and hold it with your thumb, you can slide it in. And the two tabs coming off to the side, you want to be flush with the connector. And then you clip it back down. And then when you lay over the motherboard back onto the unit, you want to make sure that your antenna wire here is coming from the back of the motherboard. So when we lay everything in, get your lower LCD in place, make sure your antenna and microphone wires are out of the way, and we can go ahead and put the two screws back into their spots. And you don't want to tighten these too tightly because you are screwing into plastic, and if you tighten them too much, you'll strip it out. And the only way to fix that would be to replace it with a new shell. So now we're going to connect our microphone wires and our antenna wire. You set it right over its seat point and just push down with your finger. Alright. The antenna wire, you're going to have to feed it back through the underside of the game slot. So you'll want to straighten the wire out as much as possible, and then you put it through about right here between these two small components. And so long as your wire is very straight, it shouldn't be too hard to get in, but it can be rather difficult at times to get it all the way through between here. There we go. Pull it through. One important thing to remember is the routing of the antenna wire. You have two fuses. You have one located here. There's also one located right here, right behind the charger socket. You do not want your antenna wire to rest over top of that. If it's pressed down, it can short the fuse out and not allow your DS to charge. So we're going to lay this one over as well onto its seating spot and push down with your finger. I like to make sure it's nice and seated with my tweezers. And on the antenna, you just kind of want to pull it over to the side a bit. That way it stays nice and straight through here. Alright, now we're going to put our left and right shoulder buttons back in and seat the springs into their slots. If they do fall apart while you're disassembling the unit, the springs are meant and designed to go only on one side. So it's important to remember to look at your springs and put them back in the way that they came out. Alright. And the spring on this side tends to give a little trouble as you don't have a lot of working room. There we go. And then when you place the back part of your unit back on, you're going to want to make sure of two things. You have your power switch here, and you have your volume switch here. Whether you have your volume switch to the right or to the left, On the back of your case here, you're going to want your volume switch to be either on the right or the left in the same position. You don't want to break either of those pieces off. I like to keep mine to the right. And then with the power switch, you're going to need to make sure your power switch here on the side is in the down position. And then we go ahead, place the unit over top and seat it down. Give it a firm push, not too hard. You don't want to break anything if it's caught. And we can go ahead and put the rest of our screws in. So we're going to put our tri-wings in back here, 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 and here. Alright, we got one more tri-wing to put in. And then we'll put our Phillips in here, here, and here. If you have your DS and you have never changed the shell on it, you'll have a silver Phillips head and two gold ones. Your gold ones go in these two slots here. So, and one more. Alright, now we can place our battery back in and test the unit. Go ahead and put our game slot 2 cartridge back in. Insert the battery. We can flip over the unit and test it. Alright, I don't have any volume right now. Got to turn the volume back up. So now we just tap the screen and you can see the unit is responding. And we have successfully just replaced the lower LCD of a Nintendo DS Lite. And the last thing you do is go ahead and replace your battery cover and you are done. If you have any questions, you can go to our website. Can be ordered from the NintendoRepairShop.com, including the tri-wing screwdriver. And we're done. Thank you.